do it right, do it left, do it right, do it left, do it right, do it. Oh, my bad, YouTube. I'm over here finishing up doing some cleaning on my Beretta M9A4. Good look at that. But you know what, man? This is looking a little sloppy here. We clear. Looking a little sloppy here. Let me clean this up so we can get back to the action. All right, that looks a little better. Okay, so today I'm going over my first purchase since I got back into guns over the last 2 years or so. And so again, as I mentioned earlier, we're going over my Beretta M9A4. Once more, we're gonna confirm that we are clear. No magazine, nothing in the chamber. Safe direction, we're clear. All right, so again, this is my Beretta M9A4. I was want to purchase this, I want to say towards the end of 2022, when I first started purchasing guns again and getting into the 2A community, even at like, even heavier compared to before. I've always loved Beretta. They have a rich history of being in films. So yeah, we're clear. Again, I just wanted to kind of do a review. I've had roughly 1,000 to 1,500 rounds through my Beretta M9A4, and I wanted to just go over it. I know that a lot of people prefer other brands or talk about other brands, but I just wanted to shine some light on the first gun I purchased once I got back into the game. Just my experience with that and what I learned from that experience. So this was the first gun I purchased when I decided to get back into guns. And off the bat, I'm gonna tell you one thing I did wrong. I was not informed on how things are done in different areas. So in California, at the time, you can only get 10 round magazines when I bought this gun. So this beautiful handgun comes with 3 magazines. But unfortunately for me, all of mine are 10 rounders. Now they did give me this nice case here. So I'll go ahead and open that up and just kind of showcase those magazines. So again, as you can see, we have 3 10 round magazines. It also came with a different back strap. Now this one has a little more of a groove right here, compared to the regular one that doesn't have anything on the back end. You're just getting a straight gun, and then you're just having 2 on the side here. And so at times I've used this one, the grip has felt good, but for now I'm currently sticking with just the 2 going along the sides. But yes, it comes in this nice ammo box. I thought that was pretty cool. Again, that's one thing you want to make sure whenever you are making purchases, that you understand what you're getting. I was so antsy and excited that I didn't even really read. It said CA on there for California. It did mention it was 10 rounds. Now this is something I went and looked at after the fact. Once I got it and I realized that the magazines were 10 rounds, I was like, what is this? But you get what you pay for, and I did. Now this is a beautiful handgun coming in FDE, which stands for Flat Dark Earth. Okay, and it has a 5.2 inch barrel. It is also a threaded barrel, if you can see that there. So with it being a threaded barrel, it makes it that much easier for you to be able to put a silencer on your gun. You don't have to send your gun in to have someone do some work, a gunsmith do work on your barrel. It's already ready for that. It also comes with 3-dot tritium night sights right there. And then we're also getting a 3-slot Picatinny rail right there. This gun is also coming to you optic ready. So you can take the screws off here, put the plate of what it will correspond into the optic that you want to put on there, and you'd be able to have a red dot. One thing I've always appreciated about Beretta is that open top here. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful sight to me to be able to see the barrel there. It's not covered. Also, the barrel stays put. The slide is doing all the action here. The barrel staying put, and I really appreciate that. Another thing I wanted to mention about my Beretta M9A4 is that this one is a decocker only version. Basically what that means is that there is no safety. It only decocks. Now this is a double action, single action gun. And one thing I do appreciate is that it has a decocker, both for right-handed shooters as well as left-handed shooters. You swipe that down and it's going to put the gun in double action mode. Double action comes with a longer trigger pull. It's kind of the kind of safety version that people who buy this gun consider it. People will carry this one locked and cocked. Well, cocked is not locked. And they keep it in double action mode because it's a longer trigger pull compared to the single action version. Now, if you see here, just check that out. Take up, bam. Now you see how far up it goes. This is double action. Now that's more effort right there. So a lot of times people are going to keep the gun like this in this particular model. It's called the G model. Again, it does not come with a safety. And so right now, again, I have it in single action, and by moving that, the cocker is putting it into double action right there. So that's one thing that people like about this handgun. There are a lot of people who don't prefer having a safety on their gun. I will mention that's one thing that I didn't pay as close attention to when I got this first gun. Now, there were limited options at the moment in reference to getting the F model, which is the one that has a safety. And so I really just wanted this gun. I'd been a fan of Beretta. I've seen it in different movies. You be it Lethal Weapon or even Die Hard, seeing it in the movies, seeing the open barrel top design, it was something I always found appealing. And again, everyone's gonna buy guns for their own reasons. Now, again, obviously the functionality of a handgun is of the utmost importance, but at the same time, I like aesthetics. You know, I like the way it looks. And this is one sexy handgun right here. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't appreciate that, to each their own. We all have our own likes. So again, I was new to getting back into guns. I hadn't purchased one ever, but I'd handled them before. So I made the simple mistake of getting the 10 round version versus the one that would have came with, I want to say a couple 15 rounders or 17 rounders, 18 rounders. But you know, I can live with that. At this point in time, I have not purchased higher capacity rounds because I've taken enhancing my collection as far as quantity over enhancing my collection with the quality of each individual gun, which means I have not purchased a lot of red dots and lights and things of that nature. I've preferred to purchase more handguns, just, you know, kind of getting some of the ones that I want off my list. Now, this year, I do plan on making some more adjustments as far as that goes. And outside of not just buying the same kind of 9mm, I want to get guns of different calibers and different kinds. As you've seen, I have the revolver from Taurus that I pulled out, and I still have to do my review on the Springfield Prodigy, which is a double stack 1911, or some like to call it a 2011, but we know that term is coined by Staccato. So getting away from all of that, let's go into basically how this gun shoots. I've put roughly 1,000 to 1,500 rounds through this handgun, and it shoots well. Again, that double action can be a little heavy, but it's nothing that you can't deal with practice. And then the single action is obviously very sweet. I've enjoyed shooting it. Clean it, takedown is fairly simple too. One thing I appreciate about the M9A4 is that you do not have to pull the trigger or find some button inside of here to release the slide and take the slide and barrel off to get the cleaning the handgun. You primarily are pushing this down and then sliding this piece while the other part is pushed down. You're sliding this down. That allows you to take off the slide and from there take the barrel out and clean. So I've appreciated that because I do have a Glock and Smith & Wesson, things of that nature. So I've had to, you know, adjust to the different ways that the manufacturers have their guns set up for takedown. And then again, another thing is, so obviously this being the first one I got, it's FDE. And again, that stands for flat dark earth. And you know that if you've seen my channel at all, you know I love this color. I don't know what it is. You know, I never served, so I don't have any ties to like the camo and all of that. But this color is just beautiful right here. So let's take a moment to just enjoy the beauty of this handgun. Okay. Now these sights are awesome. It's very easy to acquire a target whenever I'm at the range, so that's something that I definitely appreciate. And again, when the time comes, I will be getting a light. I do like that it has the 3 slots there, so you do have options for different length of lights or accessories that you want to put there. And so this is a handgun that I'm suggesting for anyone who wants an accurate handgun. Again, between those 1,000 and 1,500 rounds, I've had minimal hiccups at all, which I can't say for every handgun I've had. Yes, I'm looking at you, Beretta 80X Cheetah. But again, if you like accurate guns, if you don't mind a gun that has a little weight, because again, this is a 5.2-inch barrel. I don't know how many people are even considering this for a carry handgun. And again, when I made this purchase, I didn't consider intentionality. I didn't consider what the purpose of this handgun was for me. I just knew that I wanted it. And again, after that first purchase is when I started to consider all those other kind of things, as far as making sure that it's more than a 10-round magazine, what's the purpose behind me purchasing this handgun, etc. This one, I just wanted it. I saw it. I did research on it for months, and I finally just pulled the trigger, pun intended, on making sure I had this to start off my collection. Outside of that, it's very accurate. One thing I do appreciate is just being able to practice, dry fire, shoot, and again, you can do that in single action mode or in double action mode, whichever is your preference. Again, I've enjoyed having this handgun. I've had no issues with it. Takedown is simple. Cleaning it is fairly straightforward. It's been accurate. So for me personally, this is primarily a range gun that can double as a home defense handgun. Again, granted, I have the one that has only 10 rounds, but you can purchase different magazines and go as high as 18 rounds. So 18 rounds is definitely more than enough in a normal self-defense situation. As you know, those self-defense situations typically aren't long. This is not a movie. In real life, they usually aren't long lasting. They're usually under a minute, shots fired, everyone's moving around, but it's not like a movie where you're reloading 50,000 times or anything of that nature. So I think, 18 round magazine, heavy gun, night sights. So you're good to go. I would give this a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 on my smile meter. I know we haven't done that in a while, but let's get back to it. 9 out of 10 on the smile meter for the Beretta M9A4. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please check out my prior videos. I think I'm closing in on 400 subscribers, so I appreciate all the love. The videos have been getting a lot of views. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe, and thank you for checking me out. What's going on, everybody? So the Beretta M9A4. We're going to do 5 shots to the left circle, 5 shots to the right circle, in between changing the mag out. Those are a little high. Let's see if we can get a little bit on this. There we go. Yeah. One more time. There we go. There's some. Yeah, we got most of them here, one up here, whereas all of these are around here. Still a good grouping though. Still a good grouping. We're gonna do 10 center shots, bring it in and see how it came. A little bit better. Check the stance. This side, groupings all together.